So, am I the asshole? We got a couple good ones here today. I made sure to make note of them as I stumbled upon them each week throughout the week here. We'll start off with one of my favorites ever. Am I the asshole for being mad that my boyfriend dedicated his book to O.J. Simpson instead of me? My boyfriend of 5 years has many great traits, but the one very weird quirk is that he's convinced O.J. didn't do it. He's seen every documentary, every miniseries, and he still thinks O.J. is innocent. His explanation of who he thinks did it is probably even crazier than O.J. truthers, but he's not a conspiracy theorist other than this, so I mostly let it go. Who could it be? Maybe the son? That's always the craziest one, right? Is that it's O.J.'s son? He spends a lot of time reading about OJ, watching about OJ related content, and it's just become a hobby that I ignored. He recently self-published a book unrelated to OJ. It's just science fiction. I read all his drafts. I help him edit. Perhaps narcissistically, I thought I'd be the person whom he dedicated the book. It wasn't until I ordered that I opened it and saw it was dedicated to fucking OJ. Now, I know it's his right to do whatever he wants, but I wouldn't have been upset if he dedicated it to his mom or something. But he's never even met OJ. He said he hoped the book would go big, people would buy it and be thrown off by the dedication, which talks about OJ being innocent, and this would open Pandora's box to the world. I asked him why not just write a book about OJ then, and he said because it would be harder to market given that he wasn't involved in the case and isn't in law. So his hope was to write a science fiction book, seemed odd to me, but he's usually a writer, that would be the next viral novel with the secret agenda of highlighting OJ Simpson. He was hoping OJ himself would see it. I'm aware OJ isn't even in jail. My boyfriend acts like he is. He says even if OJ is free, he's not truly free because people only know him as that, quote, that man who killed his wife, and not as a great athlete. He's telling me none of this affects me, so I'm in the wrong to be so offended. But come on, this just feels like a delusion, and it makes me angry that I helped him edit a book that turned out to be some sort of OJ-related plot.
I mean, I like this guy.
Love him.
He is the asshole.
Well, I can't decide if it makes him less or more of the asshole. If you were just like, I want to dedicate it to OJ, fine. But the idea that he was like, I'm going to write a book to go viral, to wedge in my agenda that has to do with the very first page.
Yeah, no, I take it back. He's a smart marketer.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, he's like, I don't even give a shit about science fiction, but I'm going to write a story about vampires and fucking werewolves and teens having sex and all the shit that like usually goes viral. And I'm going to make sure you know that OJ's innocent first.
In fact, he's such a great marketer that now the wheels are turning. This girlfriend doesn't even exist. This is just him. Because like now I need to read this book. I need to read that fucking the dedication. But you know what's also a very funny OJ phenomenon? Like I always forget he's innocent. Like when people like have conspiracies like who could have done it, I'm like, oh yeah, poor OJ's locked up. No, he's not.
He's out making TikToks.
OJ was found innocent or not guilty. You know, it's different, but it's not different.
Right. I mean,
OJ didn't go to jail. Like imagine dedicating your life to getting someone out of jail who never went to jail for that crime. Like I gotta clear his name. OJ's smoking cigars on the golf course. Like, thanks for your hard work, buddy.
No, I mean OJ probably would love this guy, right? And I can't imagine OJ makes many new friends. I'm sure he'd roll out the red carpet for this guy.
He does. First, this guy's definitely from Buffalo, right? I guess he's from USC. Even from
I mean, you could have a couple different ties, but I would imagine, the juice is loose type days, whereas with Buffalo. You think OJ has a healthy social life?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, OJ Simpson, and I want everyone to listen to this because I've said some things in the podcast that were like could be misconstrued as depressing. I didn't want them to be depressing. This one's going to be depressing. OJ Simpson has significally more friends than you. And a
significantly better life.
Right. Like OJ Simpson has you might have one good friend. OJ has a lot of friends who would do anything for him. That's just a fact. He has you see him in the fucking the baseball the draft rooms and stuff like that. OJ's life far better than yours.
I believe I saw someone tell me that Ahmad Rashad because he's been on The Last Dance a lot. I think Ahmad Rashad had O.J. Simpson and Bill Cosby in his wedding.
Yes, that's true. That's
so great.
Unbelievable picture.
How many people in this world have a rapist and a murderer as their groomsmen that aren't murderers and rapists themselves? Like Ahmad Rashad, good guy, normal guy. I just happen to be friends with rapists and murderers.
I
don't think there's many. I think he's like one of like single digits.
It's not even like rapists and murderers do them a disservice. They're infamous rapists and murderers.
The most prolific rapist maybe ever, and like the most cold, calculated murder ever.
It's legendary stuff. And guess what? Kicks it way better.
Ahmad Rashad opens up his fucking photo album from his wedding. He's just got rapists and murderers everywhere. That's so fucking funny. Your wife, when you get married, wives are always like, careful about who's going to be in the wedding and who's going to be in the pictures and how it's going to look. And she was like, oh, okay, yeah, OJ's here and Bill's here. Awesome. And then 10 years, 20 years, any years later, she's like, you ruined our whole fucking wedding after the fact. I
think it's a long time, but also at the time, probably two of the safest picks.
Right. Like they were just like the happy-go-lucky guys, and they were like cracking
OJ was The Rock, the first The Rock, and fucking Bill Cosby was America's dad. You couldn't have two safer guys in there.
Right. And it makes me think that Ahmad Rashad's probably like a pedophile. I mean, what's next? What else is coming out of that fucking wedding? Ahmad Rashad's probably got bodies in the basement too. You don't just happen to. It's not just coincidence.
He looks 42. He's like 70 something. He's got some blood transfusion going on. Maybe like a blood farm in the basement. I don't know if that's a thing, but it might be.
More likely than not at this point. I'll believe anything that comes out of the fucking Ahmad Rashad camp. So I guess we're both in agreement then that this guy's not the asshole?
Yeah, not the asshole. Smart guy. Good fella. Love to have you here.
I'd love to hang out, read your book out loud. We'll do a table read or something. Sounds great.
If you happen to be listening to this, send us a copy.